Sup, guys? This card is not for another 2 weeks, but I'm super excited for it, and it really sucks that there's no UFC this weekend. So like I'm thinking a lot about this card. I'm very excited for it, and I thought I'd just go over at least the main card, my early picks and leans on it. I'll start with the final fight in the prelims because I actually want to talk about it. It's Marvin Vettori versus Brendan Allen, and like I very rarely pick against Marvin Vettori. I'm super fascinated by his chin. I and Brendan Allen won't knock him out. I can tell you that pretty fucking confidently. Jesus. But yeah, Marvin Vettori, like he needs to just go out there and swing on his opponent's Nagano style and use his chin as a fucking weapon. But yeah, that won't happen. We saw last time out Marvin Vettori against Roman Dolidze, which I did pick him to win that fight. He dropped Roman Dolidze pretty bad in that fight. Almost had him, but he got outworked the other 4 rounds. Lost 49-46, I believe. And yeah, I picked him to win that fight. He still has volume. He tries to outwork his opponents. Marvin Vettori, um, Rigatoni. Anyway, fucking Brendan Allen, yes, he's a very good grappler. He has now lost 2 fights in a row, one to Anthony Hernandez, but he didn't get finished by Anthony Hernandez, which is pretty impressive because that's mostly what that guy is doing lately, wearing down his opponents and then catching them with something later on. Lost to Nasruddin. He did have Nasruddin, that fucking pick of Nasruddin getting hit by Brendan Allen. uh, that was kind of a funny fight, but yes, he lost. So he's coming off back-to-back losses. Before that was Chris Curtis, which Chris Curtis did have a lot of success in that fight until the last round. He like fucked up his knee or something, and yeah. Then Paul Craig before that. Decent win. Bruno Silva doesn't really matter anymore. Andre Muniz. Anyway, I'm not going to go over the entire history of all his fights, but yes, Brendan Allen has really good jiu-jitsu. He's going to have to take down Marvin Vettori to win this fight and use it while Marvin Vettori will probably stay standing, but like he can still hang out on the ground. I'm going to be going with Marvin Vettori by decision. You might turn off this video right here, but I got to go with the Italian dream, fucking Marvin Rigatoni to get this one done by decision. Low confidence, but I'm not picking against Marvin Vettori, so take that for what you will. Now, Paulo Costa versus Roman Kopylov. I saw Paulo Costa's looking fucking shredded heading into this, but like I never know if the fight's ever gonna happen with Paulo Costa. His fights get canceled all the fucking time, and how like serious he's taking this fight, we'll see. But Roman Kopylov hits really fucking hard, kicks fucking hard, kind of like fucking what's his name? Mirko Krokop, back in the day. Um, I just reminded me that Claudio Ribeiro head kick was fucking nice. And Cesar Almeida, I remember that fight split. No, it wasn't a split. I think Roman won that. And Chris Curtis did have moments in that fight, and he found him at the end. It was the stoppage I didn't like 100% agree with, but it is what it is. Yeah, he's 6-3 in the UFC. He's lost to Carl Roberson and Albert Duraev way back though. Besides that, he's been on a nice run. Having only lost to Anthony Hernandez, but the first round he had success against Anthony Hernandez, but like most people do, and then Anthony Hernandez finds his way later on. But anyway, Paulo Costa has not looked the same since like he was undefeated. Like his last win is Luke Rockhold, and that was a complete back and forth, but it was in Salt Lake City, and they both were completely gassed. I don't recall any other fight night cards that were at Elevation where I saw so many gassed people in it. It seems like that was the only one. Maybe a bit at 291 with Alex Pereira and Jan Blachowicz, but yeah, they seemed super gassed. It was very apparent, and yeah, that was a fucking fun fight. And yes, he did win, but that was an aging Luke Rockhold. Yeah, who Luke Rockhold? I was so surprised. In BKFC, he quit because his tooth broke. It's not really the guy I know, but anyway, he's a bit older now. Yeah, I was a big fan of Luke Rockhold back in the day. Yes, he lost Robert Whittaker, had Robert Whittaker on skates in the first round. It was pretty impressive. Still has that power. And split against Strickland, it was not a fucking split. He was backing the fuck up the whole fucking time from Sean Strickland coming forward. Weird fight, but it is what it is. That was definitely not a split. Sean Strickland all day had that. Look, I think Roman Kopylov is the better striker, and like it's funny enough they are the same age, but it doesn't feel like it. I feel like Paulo Costa's been around for a very long time. I'm gonna go with Roman Kopylov. Uh, Believe it or not, low confidence. I think Paulo Costa can still crack, but I don't trust him anymore. And so I'm going with Roman Kopylov to get this one done by late knockout and or decision. Now, here's a fight, Dan Ige versus Patricio Pitbull. And if I didn't see Patricio Pitbull's last fight against Yair Rodriguez, I probably would have picked him here, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go with Dan Ige because I thought Patricio in his last fight, he can very well win this fight, but his last fight, he looked like he had nothing to offer against Yair, who I know there's a lot of Yair fanboys, but I don't really rate him that high, to be honest. And I didn't like what I saw like from the former Bellator champion, and I was hyped up and I picked him to beat Yair, and yeah, it just shows that sometimes like these Bellator fighters or whatever, they come into the UFC and it doesn't work out too well. Sofka, except for fucking MVP's looking pretty good, and yeah. um Anyway, I think Dan Ige, his last time out, fucking he knocked out Sean Woodson, but he was looking very good in that fight against a super tall opponent. And Dan Ige is the king. He's the unranked champion. Actually, he beats all the unranks, but then he gets a ranked opponent and seems to drop. And lucky for him, this is, I'm pretty sure, unless they put Pitbull in the rankings after that fight, which would make no sense. This is an unranked opponent, and yeah, super durable as well. Dan Ige, he's never been. I don't recall seeing him even get hurt. I've seen him cut a little bit, but he hasn't been put away. All his losses are by decision, and usually it's like by getting grappled and whatnot, which Patricio could do, but Patricio's older. I'm rooting for Pitbull to win. I've watched like a lot of his Bellator fights. I'm a big fan. I'm rooting for Pitbull, but I'm gonna go with Dan Ige to get this one done by decision. Atiba Gauthier versus Robert Valentine. I remember watching The Ultimate Fighter with Robert Valentine. I was like, this guy's a fucking beast. Then when he got into the UFC, I realized like fucking like some of these guys on Ultimate Fighter, it doesn't. You can't rate them too well. Like definitely, I won't bet on fighters just getting off the Ultimate Fighter. You know, yeah, he lost to Ryan Loder. Doesn't look too good, and yes, he got wrestle fucked for 3 rounds by Torres Finney, which is not that bad. I know it's boring as shit, but Torres Finney's a good wrestler, did what he had to do to win, was not entertaining at all, but like it's not the entertaining championship, and I I would I don't agree with that kind of fight though, to be honest. Torres Finney just wrestling the whole time, like this is a fight, you know? And yeah. He's fighting Atiba Gauthier, who fucking just knocked out Jose Medina, which Jose Medina sucks, but that guy had a fucking chin and he absolutely put him the fuck away. It looked really good. And I remember watching Atiba Gauthier. I don't know the fighters going into Dana White's Contender Series, and I couldn't believe he was the underdog. Like when I saw him against Ura Nato, the guy just looked kind of like chunky, like middleweight against him. I was like, what? But anyway, fucking not that that matters too much, but I was like, I think this Gauthier guy's gonna win. But yeah, so probably a slight step up in this fight against Robert Valentin. Um, Robert Valentine fucking gets taken down. He can't really do too much. Hits hard. Fucking versatile striker. But Atiba Gauthier is just too powerful for him, and like I think he's gonna actually win this one by knockout. And I can see now that many people are in agreement with me. Now Michael Johnson versus Daniel Zellhuber. This is a funny one because I think they both have really fast strikes, but Daniel Zellhuber's a lot younger. There's one thing we can always count on Michael Johnson is his hands. His hand speed is ridiculous in all his fights. His chin is not what it used to be. Luckily, Daniel Zellhuber hasn't showed his knockout power in the UFC, but prior, he has a few. But he'll probably find it in this one again against Michael Johnson. I want to see like vintage Michael Johnson. I wanted to pick him to win this fight, but I can't pick Michael Johnson to win this fight. Can I? I can do whatever the fuck I want, I guess. Prime Michael Johnson beats Daniel Zellhuber. Let me say that. Non-prime, I don't think he wins this fight. I think Zellhuber is either going to win by a decision with like 29-28 and fucking Michael Johnson has a round like, ooh, yo, shit, bro. Fuck, he's coming back, bro. Michael Johnson, y'all forgot. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but I'm looking at Tapology. I don't think this is actually the co-main event, but it'd be funny if Zellhuber pulls out and fucking Holloway pulls out and Dustin Poirier's retirement fight is against the guy who knocked him out. But I really doubt. No, that wouldn't happen ever. But yeah, I'll go with Daniel Zellhuber, but maybe I'll pick Flip and maybe I'll sprinkle a little something on Michael Johnson. He's always live in every fight, and like I really want him to win this fight. Yeah. Maybe like fucking like how Daniel Zellhuber looked against Trey Ogden having the octagon jitters, maybe fighting against like this like I want to say star power of an opponent, Michael Johnson. Maybe we'll shake him up, but no, I doubt it. Okay, now for the UFC BMF fucking title belt. Fuck yes, I cannot wait for this fight. Dustin Poirier's last fight, man. It's gonna be fucking epic, and Max Holloway is a great opponent for him to go out as. Fucking like Dustin's up 2 against Holloway. He took his undefeated record and like his win streak when he went up to lightweight. And I don't know what the odds are yet, but I'm going with Dustin Poirier to get this one done. I'm surprised there's a lot of people picking Max Holloway. I know Max Holloway looked really good against his last opponent at lightweight, Justin Gaethje. He absolutely styled on him, and Dustin Poirier has lost to Justin Gaethje last time out. MMA math doesn't work. He also beat Justin Gaethje before. But yeah, Max Holloway got put out by Ilia Topuria, but he did get to the third round at least and had some moments of success. Yeah. This is kind of like a legacy fight. These guys are not going to like try to play it safe. I don't think. I think they're going to go out there and swing and have a good time. for Dustin's last fight. Um, I think Dustin Poirier now, like, there's a chance that Holloway, maybe since the chins got cracked, maybe he's going to be more susceptible to getting hurt or even knocked out by Dustin Poirier. But it's 5 rounds. I'm going to go with Dustin Poirier to get it done by maybe TKO or decision. I don't know why. Now I'm thinking, I can't see, like, this fight, like, really going the distance. But, like, he did last time against Holloway. Yeah, I'll go with Dustin Poirier by TKO or decision. And, like, I'm a huge fan of both these guys. I love Max Holloway, man. I picked him in so many of his fights, except against Volk, because Volk's the GOAT. And I did pick him to beat Justin Gaethje at UFC 300. Yeah, I think the last time I didn't pick him to win was, I think, Arnold Allen, which was a ridiculous pick. But yeah, Arnold Allen was hanging with him. Anyway, yes, Dustin Poirier for the new fucking BMF champion belt, and he goes out on a win. Can't wait for the card.